Still looking at me.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing today? Good afternoon, and welcome back into another reaction. It's your boy, the multitasker, Mighty Avenger, at your service. I'm doing alright so far. It was cloudy earlier, and now it started to rain about 10 minutes ago. So it's likely that it's going to be like that throughout the nightfall, and that I have heard rumors that it's very good chances that Asuka is making a big return to WWE, mostly to Monday Night Raw. That's going to be later on tonight. So I'm hoping and praying that she is, because no offense, I miss her so much, and that goes to everyone as well. And that which we haven't heard from her in the last couple of months. So I know that she's been hiatus, but I am going to keep my finger crossed. So in the meantime, there is a new episode of DeathBattle that's just already uploaded hours ago. It's Tanjiro Kamado versus Jonathan Joestar. It's Demon Slayer versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1. I don't mean to add the extra, but it is basically, that's what it's going to start with. And there is a big difference between Tanjiro and Jonathan, because they are both extraordinary characters that we like, and they are so popularized from their anime franchises, but mostly, and I think it's very likely that it's all about the breathing style technique that when it comes to in the heat of the battle. So I think that's one of the things that they both have in common. And the big difference is that Tanjiro that only just uses his katana when it comes to slaying demons. So that is very of a swordplay technique, and not to mention that he also has a very aggressive headbutt. I mean, if you would have seen of when he did that to Inosuke, it took about minutes to realize of the impact that brings the shockwaves, and that put him out cold. And Jonathan, however, that he is a practitioner of the hormone, which is the energy of the sun. So this could be very interesting to see. But let's take a look at their feedbacks and the feats before of the big grand fight that's going to start off. So the big question is, who's going to walk out? Either Tanjiro or Jonathan. Either way, I am going to be respectful of two of the franchise, because I do watch them, and they are also my favorite as well. So whatever happens, it happens. I guess that's a quote from Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. But anyways, if you are new to this channel, and if you like what you see so far, be sure to click that tiny little bell, and that you will be subscribed and get notification from yours truly, your friendly neighborhood reactor man, for reaction, gaming, music, streaming, and anime. And now, without further ado, it's time to react.
Tanjiro Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman.
Jonathan Joestar, the very first JoJo who ever Jojed.
These two anime monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured.
But don't cross them, else they might leave you breathless. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Is that... Okay, it looks like a sprite.
Daisho Japan, an era of unparalleled progress and imperial domination. But this empire had a sickness, a rot at its core. Demons. This race of superhuman cannibals originated from one being, their all-powerful progenitor, Muzan Kibutsuji.
Who spent his evenings slaughtering families and eating them, including the Kamado clan.
Though one of them fatefully survived, the eldest son, Tanjiro.
Well, the good news is your sister
Okay, so he's
Nezuko is alive
15.
too. Bad news is she's a demon now. So
Yeah,
sorry, champ,
Nezuko.
I'm chalking this day up as an L.
But Tanjiro possessed the
What?
golden
What did
heart
he
of the
say?
anime protagonist, and he devoted his life to curing Nezuko's curse and ending Muzan's evil once and for all.
So he joined the Demon Slayer Corps, a secret group of badass demon hunters with badass swords. Forged from a unique sunlight-absorbing ore, the Nichiren Blade is one of the only weapons that can decapitate a demon and end their unholy existence for good. Especially when combined with the Slayer's fancy pants katana magic.
It isn't katana magic. Okay, well, it's totally katana
You
magic.
are so
That's not what it's
wrong,
called.
Boomstick.
Yeah, it's breathing, which
Yes.
is so lame. Anybody can do that. Oh, God.
The use of breathing is crucial to real-life martial arts. Deeper breaths massage the organs below the diaphragm, relaxing your body and lowering its energy requirement, while simultaneously giving you more energy to use.
Tanjiro mastered this breathing shit so well, he could do it in his sleep. Literally 24/7.
This is total concentration breathing, a technique developed by the Demon Slayers in order to massively increase their physical abilities to match their blatantly superhuman foes. Through the measured intake of oxygen, users can boost their concentration, reactions, and even manipulate the flow of their blood. This can help in slowing down poisons or speeding up the coagulation of wounds.
Which means he can use it to quickly recover in case of injury or fatigue. And Demon Slayers can combine their breathing with their blades for, well, katana magic.
Each breathing style is a
Not
separate
magic.
form of sword combat. The first form Tanjiro mastered was water breathing, a flexible defensive style where a user's blade summons water to slice like a raging current.
Tanjiro's literal boneheaded stubbornness made him a
Yep.
prodigy demon
And
slayer in
the
no
headbutt.
time.
That's
He proved
what
to
I,
be a
what I
tactical
told you
genius
about.
in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood.
Because it was! Hundreds of years ago, the creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to
His
Tanjiro's
father.
ancestors, who passed it down to Tanjiro himself.
This was the dance of the fire god, the Hinokami Kagura, sun breathing.
With sun
Oh,
breathing,
sun
Tanjiro's
breathing.
sword bursts into
In which that's
godlike flames
also
that slow
known
a
as
demon's
the
healing factor and
Hinokami
can turn into a
Kagura.
wicked fire dragon.
Sun breathing increases Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse
Yeah.
could severely debilitate him.
Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead.
Through intense stress and exertion, Tanjiro can
Yeah,
activate
that
this
was
Demon
also-
Slayer
that was
mark,
shown in
which
from the
boosts
se-
his
from the
already crazy strength and speed
District
even further.
And
yeah,
gives him
Entertainment
access to
District
the
arc. I saw that. That was
world.
nasty as hell.
Basically, it
Just
slows down
all
time
the way
for
to the
Tanjiro
bottom,
and gives
to
him
his
X-ray
chin.
vision.
This allows him such a precise understanding of his opponent's muscle movements that he can predict their future actions.
It's just
Sort of
amazing
like a
how
spider
he'd
sense.
still be
He can even do
standing
the same with
after
just
when
a
the
sense of
story
smell.
ends.
No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose detect people from hundreds of yards away, it lets him find an opponent's opening in battle even easier than before.
You'd think being an
And
enemy
this is where
swordsman
that
would
he
make
instantly starts
Tanjiro
seeing
even
the
edgier than his
threat.
blade. But he's basically the group mom, with an innocent little cherub
Group mom?
sweetness matched only by his raw
Oh, goodness
badassery.
gracious.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach,
Mm.
fast enough to dodge, strong enough to slice through and derail a
It
literal
was
demon
pretty
train.
sick
That
from the
demon turned
Mugen
himself
train
into a
arc.
train whiz. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Doma, was able to freeze the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy.
And Tanjiro's managed to keep up with similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself.
With the help of his friends, of course.
It would take all their efforts and countless sacrifices, but Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers would continue to fight to realize their dream of a world that is safe for humanity. And whatever Inosuke is.
He was born in the
Victorian
mountains.
England, an infamously shit-tastic time to be alive.
Whether you were a lowly street rat or a wealthy noble. Okay, well, that last one probably wasn't so bad.
That is, unless your dad, in all his infinite wisdom, decided to adopt the single greatest asshole in human history and make him your brother. That'd make you one unlucky schmuck.
That would make you Jonathan Joestar.
Hadn't you heard, Wiz? Everybody just calls him JoJo.
JoJo.
In an effort to take the Joestar fortune for
So
himself,
he was
Jonathan's
20
new brother
back then.
Dio dedicated his life to breaking Jonathan emotionally,
was-
turning him into a
he
docile
was-
puppet. But
he
after
was
being
swollen
bullied, beaten, and thoroughly
on the further
traumatized,
episodes, and that
something
makes him
awakened
even
deep
more
in Jonathan's heart,
muscular.
The raging
No
fire
offense.
of a gentleman.
I don't think beating the living piss out of Dio was gentle, but it sure was satisfying. Too bad it didn't last forever, because only a few years later, Dio got his revenge when he turned into a vampire and killed Papa Joestar. Classic Dio.
With Dio now bent on world domination, Jonathan would need more than his righteous fist to save the day.
And
Yeah,
yet
he
the
needed a
artwork
creepy
from the
floating
manga
Italian
looks a
man that
little
punches
bit
frogs
closer
with the power of the
to
sun.
Tetsuro
It wasn't just any creepy floating
Hara.
Italian man. It was Will Antonio Zeppeli, a practitioner of Hamon, an ancient martial art designed specifically to do
Well,
battle
a little
against
bit, but
vampires
completely
like
different.
Dio.
But it almost
Through their
looks
breaths,
similar, but I
Hamon
know
users
it's
can
not
blast
even
a hot
remotely
electric ripple out
really
of their
true.
bodies and flood it into their opponents. Huh.
That's what Haman means in English. the Ripple. Man, if I had a nickel for every anime protagonist who killed monsters with the power of breathing, well, that'd be 2 nickels. But let's agree, it's weird that it happened twice.
Hamon energy massively increases a user's physical abilities and allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli taught Jonathan
One Punch
everything
Man.
he knew.
That's
Like
unrelated.
the Zoom Punch, where Jonathan stretches his arm and punches an opponent from far away like he chomped on a gum-gum fruit. He does this by using the Ripple to
bit.
dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder before snapping it back. That might sound
Okay,
crazy,
that
but
part
there
I
are
didn't
real-life
know about that.
examples of
I
breathing
need to get back
basically
on
giving
watching
people
the Phantom
superpowers.
Blood.
Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water for almost 2 hours. Through forced exhalation, Hoff drops his oxygen levels in order to supercharge his body's thermoregulation and release euphoric chemicals to numb the pain, just like the Zoom Punch.
Mod is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And just like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit.
Like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal.
And he can catch his fists on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any monster smiling and satisfied.
Uh-huh. Jonathan
aura.
took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against an army of bloodthirsty zombies.
Including Dio's right-hand monsters, Bruford and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He could even snap JoJo's
Whoa.
neck and cut our old pal
that
Zeppeli
kind of a
in half.
TNT?
Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born the mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying
He
deaths
forget his
too.
name is
Before
Zeppeli.
succumbing, Zeppeli's last act was to pass his ripple onto Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together.
And making JoJo strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword pluck, with his bare goddamn hand.
With this power boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted him with his raging hot ripple. Wait.
Now, Fisted Dio was pretty impressive.
You said it.
Considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell, even other Ripple users like Joseph can dodge beams of light too.
But more than his strength or speed, or even Hamon, Jonathan's greatest strength was always his intelligence and unstoppable determination. It was that burning drive for just that defeated Dio all those years ago, and the same one that defeated him again. But this victory was bittersweet.
He may be built like a brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of a golden retriever. Even after everything Dio did to him, all the lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s man-made tears.
And even after
Yeah,
Dio returned
I
on
mean,
Jonathan's wedding night to
it's
murder
the
him and
showing
steal his body,
compassion
Jonathan
and
sacrificed
showing
himself so his
pity.
wife and unborn child could escape. But he did not die in vain. His bloodline would continue throughout the ages, spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe.
And they all had one thing in common. His name, JoJo.
JoJo.
Wait, is the Ripple his tip?
Buddy.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, let's go. Ikaze. Oh, this is nice.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions.
I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone!
You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On my honor, as a
This is a
gentleman,
really good
I will
British
free you.
accent, yo.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head?
Manners.
Total concentration! Water breathing!
Ooh,
Orthodox.
that was pretty good, though.
Noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Damn.
Aw, he's kind of adorable. Like a puppy. I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
Tanjiro, focus, please. It is a pretty decent of the water animation, though.
Valiant footwork.
Damn.
No kamikaze!
There we go. I was wondering he's gonna use that.
Nice try!
Incredible. You could teach me a thing or two.
Ooh, come on, Tanjiro. That's a good charge.
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy.
Like me. And that means I know how to stop him.
This is
on my neck.
ridiculous.
He know. Metal Silver Overdrive!
Damn.
I got you!
The threat.
Fate! He's going for my lungs!
Ooh.
2 inches off. Did he dodge?
He actually did. Uh-oh. Ooh, holy shit! Ooh.
She's my sister.
Oh, boy.
On my honor as a gentleman, I
Oh,
will
boy.
protect her with my life.
He's dead. What?
I'm not crying. I'm only crying really hard. Holy shit. Hold me, bro.
Please don't touch me.
Don't
Paper,
touch me.
Tanjiro did
Yeah.
initially seem to have more advantages in this bout.
Okay, I want to know
For
how.
sure. He'd been training for way longer than Jonathan, and with way more experienced teachers. Tanjiro's Demon Slayer journey took place over a couple of years, while Jonathan's Ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously a superior swordsman with a variety of
Yeah.
powerful techniques and katana magic, while Jonathan really only improvised as a swordsman.
But that's where the advantages stop. Sure, Jonathan wasn't a natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat, while Tanjiro was pretty much out of options without a blade.
Jonathan also had an edge in strength. Comparing Tanjiro to Doma and JoJo to Tarkus, Jonathan was over twice as strong. And while Tanjiro later fought the more powerful Muzan, Jonathan did the same with Dio.
He was way faster too. While Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other Ripple users like Joseph, who could dodge light, which is over 3,000 times faster. That might seem crazy, but in Part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster than light. Dio did this on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his Ripple with X-ray vision, Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the Ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it. Tanjiro, though, had no way to defend against the Ripple bypassing his durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppeteer, or directly
Oh,
shutting off his
yeah,
brain or
yeah.
heart. Something other Ripple users have done to ordinary humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Sure, Tanjiro could recover himself with a breath, but that'd be a breath spent healing and not,
Okay, so-
fighting.
And while
So
sun breathing's
he has-
overuse was
so Jonathan
dangerous
has
to Tanjiro,
more
JoJo's
advantage
Hamon
than
had no
Tanjiro.
such drawback.
Which meant that JoJo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never going to go down easy, but Jonathan's speed, Hamon, and righteous gentlemanly fists carried him to victory.
Jonathan took Tanjiro's breath away.
The winner is Jonathan Joestar.
Wow. Okay. So basically that Jonathan has more experience when it comes to
the breathing style by using the hormone, and which is the muscles that he can actually control with it, even from his own inside of his lungs. And Tanjiro did have the right upper hand, but it looked like that his lungs just moved an inch of it. So that basically he missed the target, and using the hormone to create a static through the blade, and it was the final blow that give everything he has. And I mentioned this before, showing compassion and showing the sadness and the pity to Tanjiro with his last dying breath is to look after Nezuko. I try not to laugh, but it was a surreal moment just to saw that, and it was like, come on, is that necessary? But then again, this is Jonathan Joestar, aka JoJo. He is a noble and a gentleman, but the righteous man. So there's nothing to be upset or to be, nah, I mean, because it's just who he is. So, but it was a decent fight, so I'll give it to that. And damn, it was a close one. And I'm pretty sure all the Tanjiro fans are going to be a little disappointment. But as I said before, I have nothing but respect of both of the anime franchise, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoyed watching. So hopefully that there will be a second season for the Stone Ocean, and mostly I am looking forward to the Swordsmith Village arc. That's going to be still unclear exactly when will the third story arc is going to commence. But until then, if you guys enjoy that, let's leave it a likes and also leave the comments down below, and I will catch y'all in the next video. So take care, guys, and rest assured there are a couple of requests I will be working on throughout today till nightfall. But until then, take care.